Well, hello and welcome to another week of Pilates. I just pray and hope that you're all doing well. I don't know about you, but I'm loving the coolness in the weather, the being able to wear a jacket and not being sweating and hot everywhere we go. And I'm so thankful that we're entering a new season. And I'm going to share a scripture with us this morning, and it comes from Hebrews 10. And you might remember a few weeks ago I shared the three things that I felt God had for us in this season, and that was strengthening our relationships with Him, strengthening our bodies, and strengthening our friendships and our relationships with those around us. And I just want to read one from Hebrews 10 verse 23, and it says, "So now wrap your heart tightly around the hope that lives within us, knowing that God always keeps His promises. Discover creative ways to encourage others and to motivate them toward acts of compassion, doing beautiful works as expressions of love. This is not the time to pull away and neglect meeting together, as some have formed the habit of doing. In fact, we should come together even more frequently, eager to encourage and urge each other onward as we anticipate the day dawning." And that's for us today, as we just focus on strengthening our relationships and our friendships with others. I just want to encourage you, come up with some creative ways, reach out to a friend today, find a way to encourage those in our world. And a little example of this that we're going to show you after our Pilates session today is we've had one of the most beautiful people in our congregation, Annette Spur. She's been making these little videos with her voice speaking scriptures over them, and she has graciously given them to us to use. So we're going to show that at the end of the Pilates today. So we've got Georgie, and then just a little video where she just speaks God's word over us with some beautiful imagery. And I just even want to encourage you, while you're just cooling off and stretching out from Pilates, use that moment to just meditate on God's goodness as you watch the video that Annette made for us. And I can't help but feel like that's her way of showing, kindness and compassion to those in her world, which is us, around us. And I love that. So I just want to challenge you and encourage you. Find a way, reach out to a friend this week, and we're going to get through this together. God is good, and enjoy Pilates. And remember what I always say, go easy, but don't go too easy on yourself. And we'll see you again soon.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to another Georgie North Pilates session, courtesy of Nexus and Liam and Beck, who's helped me set up today this morning. And we're going to do a program, a bit of everything again, and we're going to lie on our tummy, go into some we're going to do some shoulder work and a tiny bit of glute work as well. And again, I have my lovely daughter Alice here, who's going to help me and help you to I'm going to demonstrate, and I'm going to help her get into those right positions so that you know exactly what you're working. So let's get into it, and we're going to start with our normal roll downs. So coming into your roll down position, feet are hip width apart and parallel. So shoulders are back and down. We're going to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Let's do 3 of these before we even begin. So filling up the lungs with air, exhaling through the mouth. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Really blasting out that breath, really noisy breath. And perfect. So let's draw our knees apart, creating the lifted arches in our feet, tracking up. We're drawing hip bone to hip bone, zipping up through the pelvic floor, rolling those shoulders back and down. And we're going to tilt our chin to our chest, chest to ribs, ribs to hips. So the knees are always soft, coming slightly forward onto the balls of our feet. We've got heavy head, heavy shoulders, keeping those hips nice and even. Inhale, exhale. That's the way it is. And then slowly, when we finish, we're going to track back up, keeping that chin tucked in, restacking that vertebrae nice and slow and controlled, drawing the tummy back towards the spine, rolling those shoulders back and down. And then inhale, exhale, tilting the chin to the chest and peeling down. Nice and slow and controlled. Keep those knees nice and soft. coming onto the balls of your feet. Heavy head, heavy shoulders. That's beautiful, Alice. You're getting down a bit further each time. That's what you look for. Bending into one knee, straightening the other, and then tracking back up. Tucking head in. Beautiful. And you should be feeling this through the back of the legs into the hamstrings. Inhale, exhale, tilting chin to chest, chest to ribs, ribs to hips, slow and controlled. Beautiful, well done, Alice. Keeping those knees soft. Heavy head, heavy shoulders, bending into one knee, straightening into the other, hips trying to be nice and even. Perfect. See how tight you are here, Alice. And then tracking back up, slow and controlled, all the way back up to standing, rolling those shoulders back and down, and superb, and excellent. And let's come down to a couple of stretches now. So Alice, if we come down into the proposal position, so knees over ankle, and then what we're going to do is going to pop both hands in line with the arch of the foot, and then we're going to push through the ball of the foot if it's available on that back leg, and we're going to lift, eyes are forward, and try and drop down into that stretch. So dropping down, feeling that stretch through the inner thighs, through there. Inhale, exhale, and then we're going to take the inside arm, Alice, that's it, and reach towards the ceiling, look up towards fingertips. Come back down and slowly drop a bit further, and then let that knee come down to the mat. And now we're going to come into our hamstring stretch, straight into the hamstring stretch. So poking the bottom back, drawing the toes back towards the face, feeling that stretch to the back of the leg. Eyes are forward. Try and come up a bit higher on this if you can. More like this, yeah. But try and straight, yeah. Good, well done. Poking that bottom back, feels it better. Getting that deep stretch through the hamstring, and then slowly coming forward again. Let's swap sides and do that all again. So into your proposal stretch. I can't remember what I did. Oh yeah. And then hands there, pushing into the balls of the foot. Drop that knee. Pause for a second, eyes forward. Inhale, exhale, let's lift that arm on the inside and reach towards the ceiling, keeping the eye gaze lifted towards the fingertips, really opening up through the chest, and then tracking back down nice and slow. Pause for a second, and perfect, and then pop that knee back down onto the mat. And then come back into that hamstring stretch. So draw the toes towards the face, pop the bottom back, and try and keep those hips nice and forward. So just tighten those hips. Feeling that through the hamstrings there. Superb. And looking good. Well done, Alice. Thank you. Okay, we've done our few stretches. Let's come into our ab work to start off with. So we're going to go straight into our ab curl. So, peeling back down, let's float one leg at a time into that tabletop position. That's it. So knees are tracking over the hips, arms are above the shoulders, squeezing the knees together. Inhale, exhale, and reach. Drop the shoulders, keep that spine imprinted, tummy drawn back towards the spine, ribs to hips. Inhale again. And blast that breath out and reach. Well done. So reach, draw those shoulders back and down. Perfect. So really drawing ribs down to hips, tummy nice and flat. And then as we peel back home, chest to there, arms stay there. Inhale again. Exhale as we reach again. Beautiful. So you should be feeling this all through the front here, through your tummy, nothing into your back area. Good. Well done. Just to there. That's it. Curve and reach. Remember, if you're feeling anything in the neck, you can keep the head down. and reach. Nice and slow. Relax through those shoulders. How's that feeling, Alice? Feeling it through there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. Inhale, exhale and reach. Good. Let's go one more time. Reach and hold. Let's go straight into our hundreds, keeping the knees there and beating the arms. Good. So inhale for 5 beats. Exhale for 5 beats. You're doing really well, Alice. Keep going. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. And superb, Alice. Bring those knees into the chest. Massage that lower part back. Well done. That was superb. Okay. I'm going to do a bit of waist work now. We're going to go straight into our crisscross. So Alice, this is where we support the head and neck. Inhale to prepare. We're going to exhale as we reach opposite elbow to opposite knee. Inhale. So as you do this, make it nice and slow and keep the elbows really wide. That way you're going to work the obliques more. Yes, that's better. Inhale, exhale and reach. Good. Feeling that in the waist? Yeah, through there, yeah. And there, yeah. Through your arm. Good. Well done. Squeezing the knees together. Spine is imprinted, ribs to hips. Inhale, exhale and reach. Good. Keep that going. Let's do a couple more. So nice and wide. And 5, 4, coming all the way up. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Put those knees into the chest. Good job. Last one here. One of my favourite ones. So legs nice and long, support the head and neck. We're going to point the toes towards the ceiling. We're going to take the legs all the way out as far as we can. Flex the feet and then drag the heels back together. So remember, we've still got the core switched on, ribs to hips, and we've still got the spine imprinted. Keep it going. That's it. So pointing the toes, so flexing the feet. So what you're going to find is inner thigh work, so really squeezing those heels back together. So point and flex. Good. The ribs to the hips. Good girl. Watch that back. Can you curl up? Yes. Keep the chin tucked in. Let's go 4. Well done. I know you're doing really well. 3. Good girl. 2. Nice and slow, Alice. And 1. And well done. That was hard. Very good. Soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out to the side. You can stay down if you like. Good. And get that nice inner thigh stretch. Feel good? Excellent. You did very well, young lady. Good. Okay. So now we're going to do some side lying work. So you're going to work your waist again. And we're going to come onto our side. Not sure. Have a look at me, Alice. So nice and long on the mat, toes are pointed, top arm comes over, inhale to prepare, inhale, exhale and reach. So we're going to reach towards the knees. So feeling that right through the top waist, inhale, exhale. So we won't come up very high and I don't want you pushing through that bottom arm. I don't want this because you're helping your way up. You want to squeeze through the waist and lift. So tummy nice and flat, hips are stacked. Inhale and reach, drop that shoulder. Good. And nothing through the neck area, you should feel it all through the waist. And let's go 5. 4. 3, 2, last one, and one. And hold it here. And let's just do some flutter kicks. So reaching through and just flutter kicking the legs. It's very hard. It's too much. Keep your head down and legs nice and straight. Well done. Hips are stacked. Keep those legs straight. Point through the toes. Lengthen. It's looking good, Alice. I know it's tough. Doing a good job. This is excellent. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And superb. Let's swap sides. So head this side, this end, and the camera can see him. So nice and long. So remember the hips are stacked, legs nice and long, toes pointed, arm over the head. Inhale to prepare. Exhale and reach. So really squeezing through the waist and reach. Pause. Are you feeling that through the waist?
Mm.
Or lift the legs a bit more. Good.
I can't stay balanced.
So bend. So that's a really good point. If you're finding it hard to balance, bend the bottom knee. There. And that should be a bit easier. Inhale and reach. Better?
Yeah.
Yeah. So feeling it here more now.
Yeah.
And squeeze and lift. So again, your options with your legs are bending that one to balance you, but the leg here can stay lifted, and that's going to work you harder through the waist. So you're trying to make the distance smaller between the rib cage and the hip. Inhale, exhale, and reach. Doing well. And 5, reach, squeeze. 4, good job. And 3, looking good. 2, last one, and 1. Let's stay up here, and we're going to flutter kick those legs. How's that going to work? I'm going to go okay with that?
I might topple.
You might tumble. I've got you. Let's try it. Yeah, that's the way. Can you come up a bit? Through. Yeah, that's better. Feeling it here still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. Keep those legs straight, Alice. Try not to bend into the knee, but keep it, yeah. Yeah, that's better. Squeeze into your bottom as well. And let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And superb. That was so good, Alice. That was hard. They're always hard, but you feel it right through the waist. Okay, let's stretch that out with a mermaid stretch. So mermaid stretch. So knees are here, this shin is here like this. You're going to keep one hand here, so pushing into the palm of my hand. Inhale to prepare. We're going to take that top arm, we're going to push away through the heel of the hand and reach. Now feeling that stretch all the way through there. Inhale, coming back up, use your core, and then reach over, so swapping sides there, and then coming up and over. So try to drop that back shoulder down and back into this little pocket, and you'll feel much more through the waist. And switch, keep going. Hard. You're doing really well, Alice. Good, so feeling that stretch there. Inhale, good, and reach, perfect, and feeling there. Let's go one more this side and then we'll switch sides, and reach, good, inhale, reach, and excellent, good, perfect. Let's switch sides, Alice, and I'll get into something else. Good, so that hand nice and straight next to your body as you push out through the heel of the hand. Yes. Good. Slowly coming up and switching arms. Shoulder back and open. Good. And then switching sides. And let's do, what do you reckon? 3 more of those? 2 more? Just keep going and doing well. And reach. Are you feeling the stretch, Alice?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Sure am.
And reach. Good. And then coming up, let's do one more on this. Good. Superb. Nice and slow. Pause. And excellent. Good. And how's that feeling? Good. Okay, let's come into some prone work. So prone work, laying on your tummy. So let's go swimming arms. So with this exercise, we're still drawing the tummy back towards the spine. Legs are nice and long. Okay, so arms are going to come out in front, tummy back towards the spine. Eye gaze towards the mat and lifted. So it's like tucking the chin. Keep the feet on the floor. Okay, we're not lifting the legs with this one. Inhale to prepare, and we're just going to keep swim with our arms. Okay, so it's doggy paddle. Eye gaze towards the floor. Lift the head, Alice. Neck in line with the spine. There, good. And let's reach through. So those arms stay nice and straight. It is challenging. You all right? You're doing well, honey. Keep going. You're doing really well.
It doesn't look hard, but it's really hard.
It is really hard. I know it's hard. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Let's come back and sit on your heels, Alice, and stretch forward, and we'll just get a quick stretch. Keep the knees nice and wide with this stretch, because it's really good for your lower back. So reach forward, head comes onto the mat, reaching forward, good. And get that nice stretch through the shoulders. And release. Okay, coming back down to that same position, we now have swimming arms and legs. Okay, so swimming arms and legs, arms are out in front, toes are pointed, eye gaze towards the floor, and we're squeezing the bottom. Keep the hips really still. And start, off you go. So yeah, it is hard, squeeze into the bottom. Make sure the tummy is pulled back towards the spine to support that lower back. Just a bit, yeah, that's better. Good. And reach and squeeze the bottom. So that hips nice and still. Bottom squeeze for 10, 9, you're doing well, Alice. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Okay, knees nice and wide. Let's sit back onto our bottom heels again and reach forward. So get that nice stretch. Bit of a reprieve after that. Okay, let's come back onto our tummy just for this last one. We're gonna, I feel like I'm rattling through these, but at home you can certainly add on more reps if you want to. So this time we're laying down and we're going to cross our arms so they're in this position. So nice and flat, and we're going to pop our forehead onto our forearms, and it looks like this. Okay, now we're going to squeeze the heels together, toes are going to track out to the side, and we're going to squeeze into the bottom and lift and lift. So these are heel lifts. So we're trying to get the heels squeezed together and lift towards the ceiling. Keep the shoulders back and down, and make sure you're feeling this right through the glutes, because why wouldn't you? It's very intense, and you will start to feel it through the bottom straight away. Keep going and squeeze. So the wider the knees, yeah, the more you're going to feel it through this part of your bottom. Yes, Alice? Yeah. And lift, and lift, lift. Good, let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. And now we're going to do that again, but we're going to have pulses at the top. There's only a little lift, so just the front of the legs, the quads are off of the mat, and squeeze and lift for pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Whoa, did you feel that, Alice?
Yeah.
I did too. Now, if we've got enough time, I think we might do another set of glutes. Am I good for time, Liam? Yeah, good. Okay, so we haven't done this one for a little while. I suddenly remembered it. I'm going to love this one. Kneel inside leg. No, kneel inside kick. That's what it is. So, coming onto our mat, kneeling, we're going to pop one hand to support, kind of tracking under that shoulder. This knee's tracking under this hip, leg out, hips open, eyes forward. You're going to point and squeeze and lift that top leg. And let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1 and release. How'd you go, Alice? Let's do one more on this side. I promise it'll be a quick one. I just want to make sure you've got your position. So opening up through the hips, keep them nice and stacked. Go slowly forward, back, point forward, flex back. Keep your eyes looking forward, chest is open. Good. And it's just a little move, Alice, so we want to keep these hips nice and still, just to there. And let's go 5. Well done, you're doing really well. 4, 3, you're doing well, hang in there. 2, and 1. Well done, Alice. Okay, switching sides. Do you want to take your jump off now? Alice has got a bit hot because I've worked her so hard. Well done, darling. That's it, pop it there. So coming over to the opposite side, yeah, that's fine. So remember the knee is coming under the hip. And back a bit like this, yeah, that's better. Good, now lift that top leg, eyes forward. And you're just going to lift and lift. So feeling this all through the top glute, but you might feel it in the bottom glute as well because that's stabilising you, and that's perfectly normal and really good because you're getting 2 for the price of 1. Good, that's so good. And let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, very good, 6, ribs to hips, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Very good, Alice. Okay, so your last glute exercise is coming up, right? Can you manage? You alright?
Yeah.
So again, chest open. Remember, it's just a little move. Just to there and then back. Good, keep that leg nice and straight. Squeeze into the bottom. Good. Just a quick few more. You're doing well. And 5. And 4 and 3, I'm helping you, 2 and 1, and well done. That's so good, Alice, that was so good. We'll do a stretch. We'll finish off with our glute stretch. So, excuse me, one ankle over the opposite knee, and let's draw this leg towards that same shoulder. Flex the foot. And feel that through the glute here. Good. Are you feeling that, Alice? Okay. So keep that's like, yeah, and flex that foot. You get a bit more through there. Okay. Very good. Did really well. You all did really well. They're tough glute ones. And then switching sides. So ankle over knee. And superb, really opening out, flexing this foot, get a deeper stretch there. Very good. And superb. And then standing up, we'll finish there. We'll come into our roll down, and again do the roll down just to check in, to see how we've done, and that was a bit more flexible than when we started. So feet hip width apart and parallel, drawing the knees apart. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, chin to chest, chest to ribs, ribs to hips. So as we peel down, squeezing into the bottom, putting the knees apart, all the way down, heavy head, heavy shoulders coming onto the balls of the feet. Let's bend into one knee, straighten the other. So that's going to, you feel it through the hamstrings, but with these last few exercises, you're going to feel it in the glutes as well. So keep those hips nice and still. Oh, this is so tight through your hips, aren't you, darling? Okay, now switch. And then slowly track back up, keeping that chin tucked in, slow and controlled. Beautiful. All the way to standing. Roll those shoulders back and down. And excellent and good class. Thank you for listening, and well done, Alice.
But I will reveal my name to my people, and they will come to know its power. Then at last they will recognize that I am the one who speaks to them. How beautiful on the mountains are the feet of the messenger who brings good news. The good news of peace and salvation. The news that the God of Israel reigns. The watchmen shout and sing with joy, for before their very eyes they see the Lord returning to Jerusalem. Let the ruins of Jerusalem break into joyful song, for the Lord has comforted his people. He has redeemed Jerusalem. The Lord has demonstrated his holy power before the eyes of all the nations. All the ends of the earth will see the victory of our God.